Namaste and hello. Welcome to the Art of Yoga project. My name is Jerome. Thank you for taking the time to practice on your mat here with me today. We're going to be going over a setting intentions style meditation. Let's get started. First, we're going to start in butterfly. Settle in, bring your arches of your feet together. We're going to take the hands, wrap the ankles, and start to pull our chest forward. You're going to feel our low back curve, and the pelvis starts to tilt forward. Okay? This allows me to lift my chest and get tall in my spine. Take a deep breath into the belly. Allow the spine to get longer. And as I exhale, I'm going to settle my knees closer to the floor. Let's take a few rounds of breath in butterfly. Again, breathing in, getting tall on the inhale, and then settling our knees down towards the mat on the exhale. Deep inhale into the belly. You can pull your ankles into your pelvis. And exhale, drawing the knees down. Inhale one more time. And exhale. Last two breaths. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good job. Let's take our left leg, pull it into your pelvis, straighten out the right leg. Nice tall spine as you inhale. And as you exhale, reach for your knee, ankle, or foot. We're going to draw the chest towards the top thigh. Inhale is making your spine tall. Exhale, allow your chest to come closer to that top leg. Good, two more deep breaths here. Inhale, come up. Pull that right foot in. Take the left one out to the side. Inhale, tall spine here. And exhale, reach for the ankle, foot, or shin. Good. Go ahead and draw that foot back into center. We're going to go into a twist next. Let's take our right foot out one more time. Take the left foot over the knee. Post with the left hand. And right elbow goes to left knee. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, look over left shoulder. Exhale, come out. Straighten the left leg, right leg comes on top. Reach back, right hand, and left elbow to right knee. Deep breath here. Exhale, twist. last exhale, come on out of the twist. And into figure fours on the back. Let's make our way, shoulders on the mat, feet on the floor. I'm going to inhale, take my left ankle over to the right knee. Start to take the hand and press the knee away from the chest. Want to make sure my hips are square here and that one hip is not picking up off of the ground. Both sides of each hip is grounded into the mat. Finishing up figure four on that side. Go ahead and put the left foot back on the mat. Take the opposite foot, pressing away from the chest. One more breath here. And exhale, bring both feet down to the mat. Next, we're taking bridge. Go ahead and drop hands down to both sides. You can interlace underneath the hips. Walk the shoulders underneath. Inhale, lift the hips off the ground. Knees pinching together. Take 3 deep breaths into the belly here. Exhaling out of the mouth. 2 more deep inhales. Exhale. Good, last time. And exhale down. We're going to go into bridge one more time for 3 breaths. Get ready. Hands down by your side. 3, 2, 1. Lift. And knees pinching. Remember to take the breath in through the nose. And exhale out of the mouth. Go ahead and come down after 3. We're going to go into a twist. So take both knees over to the right. Left arm reaches out to a T. And I'm looking over my left shoulder. Release, come back to the middle. Knees over to the left. Right arm reaches out. Looking over, right shoulder. Two more deep breaths. Bring your knees back to center and come on up. All right. So today's meditation is going to be about setting intention. Setting intention is the why we do it, the reason why we do something. So I'm going to give you a quick example of setting intention. Setting intention is about being specific and mindful about what you're doing. So for example, going to the grocery store. Now you can go to the grocery store and pick up a bunch of random things, and you'll have a bunch of random things that you can eat individually. But if you have an intention to go to the grocery store to make spaghetti, now I have a focus. So when I go to the grocery store, I'm not just going to grab some eggs, maybe some cookies, some chips. You're going to grab specific things. So I'll grab my ground meat, I'll grab my noodles, and I have a list that corresponds to the recipe that I'm making with the spaghetti. I might grab some spices, very specific things that's going to turn it into spaghetti, right? So that's what we want to do with intention. We want to make sure that we're specific, and we also want to be able to measure what we're doing. So when I do this, out comes the spaghetti. We're going to use something called the 5 W's, okay? So the 5 W's are who, what, where, when, and why. I'm going to add an extra one in there. It's how I'm going to do it, okay? So you have 5 W's. Again, it's who, what, where, when, and why. Also how. For intention setting, the most important ones are going to be the why and the how. Okay? So we're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to take a few deep breaths, and after we finish our breathing, we'll go right into an exercise that's going to help us with setting intention. Let's take our left hand to our belly, right hand to our chest. Good. Inhale, tall spine, and exhale out of the mouth. Good. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Few more. Inhale. And exhale. Two more. And last time. Good. Now before we move on, I want to check in and see how you're doing today. I want to make sure you understand how you're feeling in your body today. Maybe something hurts. Maybe I got a lot of sleep last night and I'm feeling a little heavy or energized. Notice the way your body's feeling and see if you can connect it to something that's happening to you emotionally. Maybe something good happened in court and you're feeling excited to go home. That's understandable. Or you're here for a while and you're settled in and you're comfortable. Whatever it might be, just notice how you're feeling in your body today. And notice any emotions that might be different from yesterday? Or however you're feeling. Let's take one more deep breath in together. And exhale, let it go. Good. So I have two situations here for us to kind of look at. The first one is going to the movies. So the general thing that we're doing is going to the movies, okay? So when we do something, we want to make sure that we are doing it mindfully and we have a clear intention behind it. So remember the 5 W's: who, what, where, when, why, and how. Okay, those are going to help us get specific and help us get clear about what our intentions are. So for the example of the movies, let's start to think about who we're going to the movies with. Let's do this on our back. So we're going to bring our shoulders onto the mat. Get your feet on the floor. Go ahead and get relaxed. I'm going to sit up while we do this so you can see me talking. Feel free to just get comfortable on your mat. This is going to be your meditation space. So whatever's happening on your mat is for you. And if you start to get distracted, remember you're on your mat space, here to do yoga, and you're allowing yourself to do that. Okay, that's our intention. So one more deep breath into the belly. Exhale out of the mouth. Good. All right, let's begin. You can shut down your eyes to help you visualize who you're going to the movies with. I want you to picture their face. Maybe it's a group of friends. You can name your friends, the ones that you're going to the movies with today. You can imagine how tall they are, what they're wearing. Maybe one of them has a cologne that they always wear and you can smell it and remember kind of what that smells like. Imagine your friends and think about what their characteristics are like. Maybe you have a friend that's really nervous or talks really fast. Maybe you have a friend that's kind of always sad, or a friend that's whatever you want, whatever your friend is like. Just think about these people and bring them into your mind. Actually see them with your mind's eye. Now we're going to answer the question of what are we doing? We're going to the movies. Good. So just thinking about how we can make our intention clearer from here. The next question is where? Where are we going to go see the movie? Are we going to see it at home, at your friend's house, at your dad's house, at the movie theater? Where are we going to see this movie? Maybe we see this movie at the drive-thru. Wherever it is that you want to see this movie, I want you to pick, and then I want you to imagine the surroundings. What does a parking lot look like? Is it a matinee in the daytime, or is it a movie on a Saturday night? I want you to imagine if it's a clear sky outside or if it's cloudy. I I want you to think about whether the parking lot is crowded, full, was it hard to find parking? Are there a lot of people walking around? This also brings us to the question of when. Are we going to see the movie on a weekday after school? Are we seeing it during the weekend when we're done with school and work? When are we going to see this movie? And the last two important questions are why? Why are we going to see this movie? Did we get into a fight at home and you just need to leave the house? Maybe you haven't seen a friend that you really miss and you want to catch up with them and spend time with them. So you go see a movie together. Think about why you're going to see this movie. Maybe it's your favorite actor and you really want to see this person in this new movie. Or you heard it was really good and you want to see what all the hype is about. Going back to why we're going to the movies. And the last question is how? How are we going to get there? Are we going to take the light rail? Are we going to catch a ride from a friend? Is your mom going to pick your friends up and take you there? How are we going to get to the movies? Now, this is probably the most practical of all the questions, is not only why we're doing it, but how are we going to do it? So go ahead and think about the how. And think about visually, maybe the car that you're in, maybe the smell of the car, maybe who's behind the driver's wheel driving. Good. So we took a situation where it was very general. We're going to go to the movies. And then each question made it more specific and more specific and more specific until I have this very narrow focus. And it gives me a reason why I'm doing something. Okay, these are really easy examples, but I want you to be able to take these 5 W's and take them into important things in your life. Okay, I have one more example for you. It's buying a car. Okay? So we're taking this general thing, I want to buy a car. And we're going to narrow it down and give you an intention. So, again, the 5 W's. We're going to start with who. Okay, we're buying a car. Who is the car for? Is it for yourself? Is it for your girlfriend? Is it for your mom? Think about who the car is for. This might help us decide what kind of car, right? If it's for your dad, are you going to get a truck for him so that he can haul groceries or take it to work or whatever he needs to do? Okay? Or is it for your mom and she needs to take your sister and your little brother to school, so we need a lot of space. So maybe we're going to get a van. So answering these questions, again, helps us get you clear about intention and helps you narrow down your decision. So we're thinking about who the car is for. We're thinking about what the car is going to do. Okay? Maybe you need a car that's easy on gas. Gas starts to get expensive. You want a car that you can fill up for less than $20. Okay, now that kind of narrows down what kind of car that I need. Now, the next question is where. Okay, where am I going to drive it? And where am I going to buy this car? Am I going to go online and find something used on Craigslist? Or was I planning to go to the dealership and maybe buy my first car on my own. Just thinking about answering that question. Where am I going to drive this car? Am I going to keep it local around town? Maybe I don't need to spend as much money and I can keep it in town just in case it breaks down. Or maybe I have to commute very far to get to work, so I need something more reliable. The next question is when. If I'm starting a job in a month, then I have less time to find a car than if there's no deadline. If there's no deadline, then it's easy to kind of relax and say, okay, I'm going to do my research, I'm going to find the best price, I'm going to find someone to take with me when I go buy the car to help me negotiate. So the when does matter. The last two important questions are why. Why am I buying this car? Is it to celebrate graduating high school? Is it to help me get to work? What are the reasons for buying this car? And the last, most practical question for this example is how. How am I going to buy this car? Am I going to take out a loan? Am I going to save up a lot of money and then put a down payment on something and pay off monthly? Am I going to save up a big chunk of money and just pay for it straight up? Think of the questions that come up with the question why or how. So thinking about all these questions, answering every single one to help you get specific and to help you give you a clearer understanding of why you're doing it. Let's take 5 more deep breaths together. Good. Last 2 breaths. And last deep one into the belly. Exhaling out of the mouth. Now for checkout, I want to ask you what your intentions are once you get released out of the facility. Maybe go through the 5 W's with yourself and think about what are you going to do when you get your freedom back? Because you have all this time to think about why you're in here, thinking about what you're going to do on the outside and how precious and valuable time is. What are you going to do with that time? I want to thank you for practicing with me here at the Art of Yoga Project. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.